Hello everybody, this is Jennifer, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about this journey I've been through over the past 4 weeks. I am 4 weeks postpartum now. It's kind of hard to believe that my little Niko was born just 4 weeks ago, but it's been a really wonderful postpartum period, and I wish that on all of you, because this is our 5th child, and every postpartum period has its own ups and downs, its own personality, almost like each child. It's hard to go into any of those with any expectations, but I'd have to say I'm very pleasantly surprised with this one, and I wanted to give you guys just a little bit of information about the kind of things that I did and how it was so calm and peaceful, in hopes that maybe you guys could take something away and implement that into your postpartum period and be able to really enjoy that special time with your newborn. First of all, I wanted to say that it was really interesting. The day I had a home birth, and I have a video from the home birth that you can watch as well, but it was a great home birth. It was long. It was probably one of my longest labors I've had, but it was wonderful. And when my midwife came back the next day, and they do that, they come back for the first few days to check on you and baby, she was so incredibly shocked at how quickly my uterus had shrunken down to a smaller size. And if you haven't had a baby, you'll know, you won't know that the midwife comes back, and your doctor will do this too, and check to see how fast, it's a fundus height, how fast your uterus shrinks back down to its normal size. And it takes a number of days for it to go back down behind your pelvis. And this can happen faster or slower depending on your physical health and how much sleep you're getting, and a few other factors which I didn't know about until recently. So she had come back to check the next day, and my uterus had shrunken down the amount that it would normally in 4 days. And that was amazing to her, amazing to me as well. And again, this being our 5th, I hadn't really experienced that before. I would have assumed that the more babies you have, kind of maybe the slower it would move. I may be completely wrong about that, but she had said that, she asked me actually what it was that I was doing differently with this one. Now, she has been my midwife through my last 3 pregnancies, so she, wanted to know what was different from the last ones. And I told her that I had been belly binding in a very specific way that I hadn't before. And this pregnancy I have used what's called the Bengkung Belly Binding, which is a very old traditional Malaysian practice of taking a very long piece of narrow fabric and wrapping it around your belly, and tight in some places and loose in others depending on what your stomach, what your body tells you it needs. But I had done this pregnancy because in the previous pregnancies, I had used numerous different techniques, the Velcro type, that you would get maybe for a post-cesarean or post-liposuction surgery. I had used the Spanx type pants that you would pull up over your belly that are also, pant type things. And I found those extremely uncomfortable. I did it only because I didn't want to deal with my abdominal muscles not coming back together. I didn't want to deal with that lower belly pooch type thing that you get from having babies. So I did it, and I endured the uncomfortableness while nursing, the pain when you'd go to the restroom and all that kind of stuff that you had to deal with those kind of binds, until I found the Bengkung. So this pregnancy, I had planned on using this kind of bind and done a lot of research on it, and I could not be more pleased, especially with the results that my midwife had given me with my uterus shrinking down so quickly. you may ask, why is that so important? It's a faster healing time. It is also, for those of you, again, who have had babies, those afterbirth pains that are really horrendous. And unfortunately, the more babies you have, the more painful they are, is what I've been told and what I've experienced as well. So they're almost, for those of you who haven't had them, they're kind of a mixture between maybe a PMS type pain mixed with contractions, because they are contractions. What's happening when you nurse is you are sending that signal to your uterus. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. When you're nursing, it tells your uterus that it needs to shrink back down. And in order to do that, it's the same way that it does when it's trying to get the baby out, is it's having these contractions. And it also, it adds to bleeding and all that kind of stuff that are helping you heal, but it is, with a price. So I was amazed with how these Bengkung Binds actually helped with the pain of the afterbirth. It was incredible. With my past babies, I wouldn't be able to sleep. It wasn't necessarily the baby that was keeping me up at night those first few nights. It was the cramps. And I didn't have them. And I hate taking medicine, especially when I'm nursing, and I didn't have to this time. So I would have to say, along with the midwife's report of my uterus shrinking down very quickly, mitigating those afterbirth pains is incredible. The Bengkung Bind I also found really helped with my posture. I know when you nurse, your tendency, especially with a little one, is to kind of bring yourself down and try to get the baby, your breast down to the baby, when you actually should be bringing the baby up to you. The Bengkung Bind helps give your core that support so that you can sit up straight, not get the back pains that you get associated with bending down to nurse. Your abs aren't used to being used at this point. You've spent the last 10 months pretty much not using them at all. And the last few months, just with them being all stretched out and completely out of the way, it's wonderful to be able to give them that external support that they need. So I thought it was incredible. I've really enjoyed wearing it. The other thing that I'd have to say, which is kind of this vanity part of me, which is embarrassing to share, but at the same time I know other people experience this, is it is a little uncomfortable after you have the baby. You end up with kind of this jelly belly that looks like you're maybe still 5 months pregnant. And it is, I know you just had a baby and you have to give yourself that space to, really appreciate your body for what it's done for you and for your child. But at the same time, it is uncomfortable to look at and to feel. And I really felt that the Bengkung helped me become more comfortable with my body and become kind of reacquainted with it. Pulling it in, giving me the support, making me feel comfortable in wearing maybe a tighter shirt. They're beautiful as well, so it's one of those things that you can kind of bind on the outside of your shirt. It looks maybe like a corset in a way, and it feels good. So I enjoyed wearing it. I think it helped immensely postpartum, and it definitely helped bring everything back in. Visually as well, being a month postpartum now, looking at my stomach after having 5 babies, I really didn't have much expectation of my body looking somewhat, having any semblance at all of what it was before I got pregnant, and it actually is. It's coming together, and I'm pleased with that. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know kind of my experience with using the bind, and a month later, how pleased I was with the results, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. It did amazing, and I'm really pleased that I did it. If I do have another baby, I would definitely use it, and I would definitely recommend using it to my friends. And anyway, so I'll check back in again and let you guys know how everything's going. And for those of you who are pregnant or just had a baby, congratulations. And I hope that you're also experiencing a somewhat peaceful and calm postpartum period or fourth trimester, if you will, and enjoying that little one. So until next time, be well and thank you.